Welcome back to Bernama Today. Still with me, Tamina Kausji, and now we have in-house with us Francis Wolf, who is a singer-songwriter and musician, and he's going to be telling us all about his latest album. Welcome to Studios, Wolf. Morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm very, very good. Very good. And you?
Yeah, I'm well. I'm well. Okay, so Wolf, tell me a little bit about, before we start off with your brand new upcoming album, Surrogate Friend, tell us about your journey to becoming a singer-songwriter.
Well, to be honest, I've been in the music scene since 1991.
Okay.
So at the time, you know, we formed bands. So I started off in a band.
Ah, right. Yes.
Right. I started off in a band, and we did the independent underground scene. Around 2000, I decided to venture on my own and do some solo music, because there's certain kinds of music you can't play in a band format, which is more familiar if you do play it in an acoustic format. So I started acoustic around 2000, and that's what I've been doing since.
Okay, right. So from 2000 all the way down till 2016, which is right here and now.
Yeah.
So you did have an album release also in 2011.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was hopefully whenever.
Hopefully whenever, yeah.
Now, 5 years on, you've got the Surrogate Friend.
Yes.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the process in, developing the material and everything really for the Surrogate Friend.
They usually say, the most difficult thing is to do the second album.
Okay.
Because you got all your life to come out with the first album.
Okay.
You know, you got the first album was a combination of works that's 12 years old, or sometimes 15 years old.
Right, so things that have been marinating for quite a while.
That's right. You know, songs that were supposed to be for this, but you modified it for something else. Your second album takes a much shorter time to do a second album. So a lot of times, a lot of musicians find a problem with the second album. But the Surrogate Friend was a very conscious effort to take my time with it. That's why it took about 5 years.
Right. Okay.
Between albums. In essence, it's I had about 15 songs to work with to begin with.
Right.
And I whittled it down to 10. So that was finally
10 that made the final cut, say. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, how would you like to, or how do you prefer to classify the type of sound that listeners can expect from this album? I'm told it's something completely different and something very fresh and new.
In terms of fresh and new, it's the production, I think.
Okay.
It's the production. I tried to go for a more dreamy, more airy sound.
Right.
Because the usual acoustic releases are very straightforward.
Right. Yes. I mean, it's quite stripped down.
Yeah, stripped down. But this one, I decided to try. I was looking around, and there were not that many people doing this kind of release.
I see.
Well, yes, it is acoustic based, but a little bit more produced. I tried out different instrumentations. I have a cello on this.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you play the cello?
No. I had
you had a sessionist
I had somebody come in to play the cello. She was really nice to do it too.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
The thing is, when we were putting the album together, was very conscious to do something different. I didn't want to do Hopefully Whenever Part 2.
Okay.
Because Hopefully Whenever is very stripped down. It is your typical acoustic release with very bare instrumentation, very straightforward writing. For the Surrogate Friend, I went for something a little bit more produced, a little bit more polished, and I used a dreamy sound. I add more ambience.
Right, so dreamy ambience.
Yeah, so I want to call it.
I mean, not to put anything into a box.
Folk, but
ambient, dreamy folk.
It's about as close as I can. Because when you say folk, people think it's a certain kind of music.
Yes, I mean, people have their stereotypes. They go, okay, Bob Dylan, but mixed with.
Yeah, the biggest problem is when you pick up a guitar, people either say you're Bob Dylan or you're Jack Johnson. So I want to try to break away from that a little bit and try something new.
Okay, right. And this something new is, of course, come out in the form of these 10 new tracks.
Yeah.
Now let's speak a little bit about the content of the tracks itself. And what's your general driving inspiration when you sit down to write? Do you have an intention, or is it very organic in that sense? Do you want to write about what you write about, or How does it work for you?
I think if you're a musician, you actually write. You naturally write. It's like if you're a writer, you write. You know, if you're a writer, you speak.
Okay.
You know, so like for me, it's ongoing process to produce. You know, in terms of whether it's conscious or not conscious, sometimes certain songs are conscious. You have a certain feeling or inkling that you need to put into song, and so you sit down, you spend like a few hours trying to put it together.
Right.
But the best songs, I believe, happen in that special 30 seconds.
Okay.
A very special 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't catch it, if you don't catch it, it's unbelievable. Because what happens is, you're driving or you're sitting around, you have this inspiration, and you got 30 seconds. 30 seconds, but it's the most purest of its form.
Nice to just snap it out of the air and make it real.
I like those 30 seconds. Those are the seconds I look for. But you know, being a musician, you've got to have moments like that. You've got to have moments where you slog and you work hard at trying to get the chords right, the writing right.
Trying to put it together.
Yeah.
Right.
Some songs take about 20 minutes to do. Some song takes a few weeks to get done. But at the end of the day, the driving motivator is to make sure that what you write is honest.
Okay, honest.
You cannot fool. There's a saying, you cannot fool the kid.
Okay.
You cannot fool anyone.
Right.
If you're not honest, people will know you're not honest. You know, and it will show in your music.
Right.
So for me, as long as I keep it honest and keep the integrity of the music, that will be the motivating factor.
Right. Okay. Now, as a 100% indie album.
Yes.
Now, I think the indie label, it's bandied around a lot. People label things as such, but what does indie mean to you as someone who's been in this industry?
I think indie, for me, it's the DIY ethic, to be honest.
Okay, DIY.
Yeah, doing it yourself. Okay. Everything from the writing of the music to producing the album to making things done by yourself.
Right.
There's a hardline way to look at it where honestly everything's done by yourself, and then there's a slightly more relaxed version where you get help from friends, but it's strictly amongst friends. This whole album is powered by friends.
Powered by friends. All right. Now, if you don't mind, I'd just like to take a look at. And as Wolf told me, the Surrogate Friend itself, I mean, 100% DIY, and I'm not sure if the camera can actually sort of close up and focus, but even the artwork. Tell us about the artwork.
So, like, we've got nice pull-out art, and all the artwork is actually done by local indie artists.
Local indie artists.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I put the sound out, and I said, I'm releasing an album. Would you guys like to contribute art? And they were like, yeah, okay.
Right.
So what I did was I sent them the early scratch recordings.
Okay.
And I said, you just listen to it, and whatever you feel, you draw.
Oh wow! Okay, so that's really organic. It's not even like in a sense, it's like commissioning according to the content.
No. What it is because when you get your friends to be in the album is already special, but when you get your friends to work on something with your music in mind, it's very personal, it's very intimate.
Right, that's true. So, I mean, how does it feel like in that sense? Of course, these are fellow artists, I mean, brothers and sisters in arms in a sense. Yeah. But how does it feel to be able to put a piece of yourself out there and, in a sense, allow it to be interpreted by other artists? Is that almost
I think
process of a song?
Whatever you do, whether you write, whether you make music, whenever you put yourself out there,
right,
you open yourself up to someone either interpreting you or criticizing you. It's part and parcel of what you do.
Right.
It's nice that you let someone listen to your music, and in this case, produce art for it. But it's also nice when someone gives you good feedback for it.
That's right. And what's the feedback been like?
So far, the feedback has been really, really, very, very good, very, very encouraging.
Right.
From friends and strangers alike. Actually, that is where it's even more rewarding when someone you don't know says something really nice about something that you've done. I mean, friends being friends will always say, "Oh, you got something really nice." But when you have somebody who you don't know who says, "Oh,
yeah, it was completely new, maybe to yourself."
that's for me that's a huge compliment.
Right. Now, of course, I mean, that naturally brings about the question of what's the indie music scene like in Malaysia at the moment? I mean, where do you perform? I mean, where does an artist like you go to put his work and to get that kind of feedback from the audience?
I think we're in a very, very good place. Malaysia's in a really, really good place right now.
Okay.
A really good place. All you gotta do is look around, and there are places to play. There are places that offer the open mics. There are places that offer their stages for people to use. In fact, if anything, I think at the moment we have more musicians releasing albums now, and more musicians doing indie music than ever before.
Right.
I think it has to do with the freedom that social media and technology has given us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different level as compared to.
I also think it's a sign that a nation's moving forward.
Okay.
You know, when the arts move forward as well.
That's right. That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what
so
they say.
it's a good point.
Okay, so it's a good time. Now, let's get back to the album move. So, what would you say is, in some form, a sort of title track? Like, if you were to tell somebody who wants to listen to this, okay, listen to this one first.
Oh, that's difficult. That's difficult. It's difficult because that's the traditional way to sell an album.
That is also true.
That's
so
so
what
true.
would you say would be an album, I mean, or sorry, a single that gets sort of like to the essence of it?
At the moment, a lot of feedback is coming back for three different tracks.
Okay, 3. Which are these?
Yeah, so I've got a track on the CD called Driving in the Night.
Okay.
That one seems to... Actually, Driving in the Night is quite a surprise. Actually, a lot of people quite like it. So Driving in the Night is one. There's a song called Deja Vu.
Mm-hmm.
Deja Vu is one of those 30-second songs.
Okay.
Done, completed.
Just came to you in a
30
flash
seconds,
of brilliance.
Yeah, from conception to recording 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So just one of those, you just have to get it out and get it down. Okay.
The third one is this song called Love and Lies. I really like Love and Lies, but of all, that's the longest song. It's about 7 minutes long.
Oh, nice.
But,
okay.
But Love and Lies, I personally like Love and Lies. Not to say the rest are not as. I just Love and Lies. I kind of like Love and Lies. But at the moment, the film we're getting Driving in the Night. People really like Driving in the Night.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So I mean, definitely for our viewers out there, if you're getting the album, definitely check out these 3 singles.
Yeah, and the rest.
And the rest as well. Now, I did read that you don't only have English songs per se, you also mix with Malay dialects. Tell us a little bit about those tracks.
A song requires elements.
Right.
Some songs are better in English.
Okay.
Some songs are better in Malay. So when I was writing, I have a song called Untukmu.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was doing it, it felt like a song that should be sung in Malay.
Right. Okay.
And
It
we
just
have-
felt texturally better.
We have a song on the album called I Love the Law, and that one is bilingual.
Okay, I see.
And when the song calls for bilingual, it has to be bilingual. I go with what the gut tells me, and there is no hard and fast formula.
Right.
You'll know it's right. That's why sometimes when you write a song and you write it in English and it's missing something, they write in Malay. It's like,
Oh,
there you go.
revelation.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was also an experiment. I've never written a song in Malay before.
Ah, right. So it was new ground as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the idea. You're supposed to break new ground, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you've definitely done that with the Surrogate Friend.
Thank you very
Right.
much. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, what's the rest of the year going to look like for you, work-wise and Surrogate Friend-wise? Just before we go.
I think the Surrogate Friend is new. It just came out a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
So after this, I'm looking at moving around Malaysia and playing shows in Malaysia. But the shows will be more intimate shows. I'm trying to move away from the bigger gigs.
Right, the bigger crowds, you
Yes.
say.
Now I want to do shows now. There are shows. So when I go on stage now, the artwork that was done for the album will be I'll put them on the stage with me.
Right.
So I got my friends with me when I play.
So there's a storytelling aspect.
There's
to it.
storytelling. There's a stage show. So when you come, there's some thought put into the stage show. I'm also thinking of heading over to Indonesia for a couple of shows maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
At the moment, that's as far as I've planned because I don't believe in playing that far ahead. I'm just going with the flow at the moment. But more importantly, though, playing more, playing a lot more. Yeah.
Right. Now, how essential would you say is that, of course, there's a creation part of it, but the playing part of it, how much does it shape you as an artist, as a performer?
I'm a self-taught musician.
Okay. Wow. And what music instruments do you play?
I play the guitar, I play a little bit of drum, and I know about 3 tunes in the piano.
Okay, nice.
But I think what's really, really great is I learned to play the guitar really late. So I learned to play the guitar, I think, at 19.
Okay.
That's really late.
Okay, yes. In a sense, for somebody who, this is what you do.
Yeah, and then for about like 10 years after that, I only used bar chords because we were playing punk rock.
Right,
so you didn't really need anything more. Just need a lot of attitude and a lot of
energy,
volume.
Yeah.
But when I started doing acoustic, you play more. In fact, because I also busk as well.
Right.
A lot more playing. The nicest thing about playing covers, to be honest, is that you learn somebody else's craft.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's an interesting perspective. That's an interesting way
I think my growth as a guitar player, or as a musician, or as a songwriter over the last 5-6 years is credited to playing a lot of other people's music.
Right.
Because you finally see, oh wow, that I did not know those 2 chords went together, and then you try. How did that work? How did this work? But for me, to be honest, it's more playing. I think when you play more, you get better.
Right.
And when you play other people's songs, you know why things are better. So you're more aware. I think this album, as a musician on the album, I'm more aware.
Right. So there you go. Thank you so much for your time today, Will.
Cool.
And so here's to the Surrogate Friend. So do check it out if you get the chance. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bernama Today. We'll catch you again tomorrow.